Today is very tough for the meme coins. Most are going down except one token that's shining above all, and that's the Bert token. Now let's have a look at what's driving this. Who's buying here? Who's selling here? Can this current rally potentially last, or is this simply just a pump and dump? Now here is why Bert is so interesting. This is the trending tokens on the Solana chain, and Bert appreciated by 188% in the last 24 hours, but is still at number 11 in terms of liquidity. So its market cap is just a bit over $1 million. Still plenty of room to potentially make another 2, 3 or 4x. That cannot that easily be said for the largest of the meme coins, which is Peanut. Now the price looks pretty much like a hockey stick curve. Again, it's up more than 180% today, and have a look at the number of buyers versus sellers. There's an overhang of roughly 6,000 buyers today. 61% buyers versus 39% sellers. This is different for the buying versus selling volume. And so what this tells us is that the sellers tend to currently move more money than the buyers. The selling transaction amount tends to be quite a bit larger than the buying transaction amount, which makes sense when an asset appreciates that massively. Now to find out whether or not this rally can continue, we don't necessarily get that information from the website. I think this is a mistake that many people do. Many people just look at the official information. They don't really dig deeper, and that's a problem, right? This is not how we can get an edge in the market. We want to look at the data most people are not considering. We do not want to get distracted by pictures. And so let's compare a few data points, see if they make sense. On Twitter, or the X platform, we've got roughly 7,000 followers. On Telegram, we've got 4,000 members. And on the Solana chain, we've got 19,000 holders. So all of those numbers kind of make sense. It's not like one of those numbers is suddenly an order of magnitude larger than the others. That would be a red flag. Now, why am I talking about meme coins so often on this channel recently? The reason is all of the performance is in the meme coins. Just have a look at the crypto categories. The zoo themed tokens went up by more than 400%. The pump fund ecosystem, which is the launchpad of meme coins on Solana, went up by 150%. Base memes by 100%. Elon Musk inspired by 100%, etc. It's all memes. And I believe that's because the market is splitting. On the one hand, there's the people that just buy Bitcoin that want to get the appreciation over long term. And on the other hand, there are the people that want to get the 10x or the 100x returns. The middle is shrinking. If you now hold a DeFi protocol, if you now hold a GameFi token, you're probably not doing that well. Now let's look at the on-chain metrics. Let's start off with the number of users over time. Now what we've got on the left here is the number of first-time traders in purple and the number of recurring traders in orange. And we've seen a massive influx of first-time traders yesterday. Today hasn't yet finished, so we can ignore the last data point. We see how clearly the momentum is building up for Bert. We also see at the same time how the number of token transactions is going up. That makes sense. And what's even more interesting is who's driving all of this. Is this small retail or is this the whales? And here's the answer. On the left side, we've got the trading volume measured in US dollars per day. On the right side, we've got this normalized to 100% per day, again, segregated by those different wallet cohorts. So small retail is all the wallets that have less than $1,000 worth of the token. Medium-sized retail is up to $10,000. Large retail is up to $100,000 worth of the token. We see that over time, the whales are taking over and small retail is getting pushed out of the market. Now this here is just trading volume, but we can also look at ownership, and that's pretty much the same. Small retail now only owns 1.7% of the token supply. Adding medium-sized retail, we get to roughly 10%. And so what does this mean? It's probably a first sign that at some point this token will get listed on a centralized exchange. It could be just private whales that are buying, but it could also be market makers or the centralized exchanges themselves. And so here's what's so interesting. The number of retail investors is growing very, very quickly. The number of whales is not growing, but that's simply because the whales are accumulating. The existing whales are buying more. It's not more whales coming in, it's simply the existing ones buying more. This is what you usually see prior to a listing. Now what's impressive is how quickly the number of retail investors is growing. Within just 3 days, this more than doubled. And even if you look at the wallets with 100,000 tokens minimum holding, that also grew by roughly 30% in just a few days. Now 100,000 tokens is roughly $12,000 worth of the token. So in this overview, we go from $1,200 to $12,000 to $120,000 worth of holding minimum. And so this is what this channel is all about, right? It's about finding the meme coins that are just in the sweet spot, that are not too small that will instantly get rug pulled, but that aren't yet too big where we can't get our 10x anymore. For example, have a look at this video about Peanut, published when the price was still at 11 cents and when the market cap was at 115 million. A very similar market cap to where Bert currently is. Peanut subsequently went up by 1,600% and now has this huge market cap. And so I'm not saying that Bert will see the exact same kinds of returns, but at least there is the upside, right? At least there's a chance. Buying Peanut at the current prices doesn't necessarily have that upside anymore. The smaller market caps, in my opinion, have more upside. Now the big question is, how can we find tokens like Peanut so early? How did I make that video so early? The answer is wallet tracking. I like to track influencer wallets. I like to track wallets of traders that tended to make the right calls in the past. I like to track wallets of people that tend to move prices. For example, over here, we got an alert by Crypto Banter that he bought the Peanut token at 3 cents. And that was over here. Since then, the price went up by 24,000%. Who is Crypto Banter? It's one of the largest crypto channels on YouTube. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. When they talk about the token rallies because there's simply so much attention getting onto that asset. Now, the art in the game is to find those wallets, right? It's all about getting a knowledge edge versus the rest of the market. We shouldn't just randomly pick any coins. We have to buy the things that probably will take off. And finding those wallets through on-chain analysis is the actual market edge. We've got 33 of Crypto Banter's wallets. We tracked in total more than 400 wallets. We also have a bunch of wallets by Alex Becker, who's got 1.48 million subscribers. To be more exact, we tracked 12 of his wallets. And so I think this approach is so useful that I made a dedicated tutorial course on just that topic. How can we identify the right wallets? How can we then track them? And how can we subsequently interpret the signals that we get from the tracking? It's 8 videos in total. Feel free to check them out. It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. It's not just about wallet tracking. It's also about on-chain analytics, right? The charts that we looked at today. It's also about risk management, about portfolio diversification, etc. Once we've got a buying or selling signal by those wallets, we have to discuss them. That's why we've got dedicated altcoin chats on the individual altcoins as well in premium. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $125 per month. There is also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, in case you don't make money, just message me within the first week and I will refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. And so I think the Bert token has quite a bit of potential. There is some accumulation by very smart money. I am considering to buy some tokens as well. I haven't bought any yet though. I try not to dump on this audience. I try to first publish the video before buying the token myself. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish you regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. Helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers.